you all, dear students, to the class. Everyone like to have a garden. If your garden filled with different kinds of flowers, what will be your feeling? It is awesome, no? Yes, we love flowers. Flowers give hope in our mind and in our life. If you happened to see a flower, what will you do? Some of us may enjoy its beauty while it is there in the plant itself. Some go immediately and pluck it and enjoy keeping it in the hand. Anyway, shall we just like the second category now? Let us pluck a flower, and it is not only for enjoying its beauty but for studying its structure. Yes, today shall we study the structure of a bisexual flower? Structure of a flower. What is a flower? It's a specialized shoot in which the leaves are modified into floral parts. A leaf is having a stalk. Can you name the stalk? Yes, you're right. It is petiole. But here in the flower, the stalk is called pedicel. Pedicel. What's the name of the stalk here in the flower? It is pedicel. The leaf with petiole is called petiolated leaf. Leaf with petiole, leaf with stalk is called petiolated leaf. Same like flowers. The flower with the pedicel is called pedicellate flower. Pedicellate flower. Pedicellate flower. If the leaf without petiole, if the leaf is not having the petiole, do you know the name for that leaf? Yes, correct. It is sessile leaf. What is that leaf name? Sessile. Same like that. In the flower, if there is no pedicel, pedicel is absent, then it is called sessile flower. So you know the difference between pedicel, petiole, sessile, etc. Right. The expanded tip of the pedicel, the tip of the pedicel is expanded, and that expanded part is called a receptacle or thalamus. Now, what is this called? Pedicel. An expanded part is called thalamus or receptacle. Thalamus or receptacle. And it is cup shaped. So thalamus is cup shaped. So at the top of this pedicel, thalamus is cup shaped. The flower parts are bound on the thalamus. There are 4 whorls of floral parts are present. What are they? The first one, sepal. Second one, petal. Third one, stamens. And the fourth one, carpel or pistil. What are the 4 whorls of flower? Sepal, you can see in this, sepal, petal, and there are stamens, and it is present inside is carpel. Carpel is present. So 4 whorls. Sepals, collectively called calyx. Sepals, collectively called calyx. Petals, collectively called corolla. Corolla. Stamens, collectively called, do you know the name? Androecium. Androecium. And carpel, collectively called gynoecium. These are the four whorls of a flower. Can you repeat with me? Calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Yes. If the flower contains all the four whorls, then the flower is called a complete flower. This flower is having all the four whorls. It is called a complete flower, or otherwise called perfect flower. If any one of this is missing in a flower, I mean androecium or gynoecium, any one is missing, it is called incomplete flower or imperfect flower. And now in a flower, androecium and gynoecium are the essential parts. Which are the essential parts of the flower? Androecium and gynoecium. What is androecium made up of? Stamens. And gynoecium is made up of carpels or pistil. So, sepals and petals or calyx and corolla are non-essential parts, otherwise called accessory parts of a flower. Which are the accessory parts of a flower? Sepals and petals or calyx and corolla. The floral parts borne on the thalamus. Let's see the thalamus or receptacle, and you can see that, draw the diagram of calyx, or it is called sepal. Here also you can draw sepal, and coming petal, yes. Now there is stamen. Stamen, here I showed two stamens over here, and there is carpel. Carpel. This is a diagram LS of a flower. LS means section, longitudinal section of a flower. Now let's go through sepal, petal, stamen, gynoecium. Gynoecium here is carpel. The essential parts are directly concerned with reproduction. Which are the essential parts? Androecium and gynoecium, that is stamen and pistil or carpel. Androecium consists of stamens. Stamen is made up of anther and filament. Anther and filament. Stamen is made up of anther and filament. And this is called male part of the flower. Which is a male part of the flower? Stamens are the male part of the flower, or you can say collective name androecium is a male part of the flower. And now gynoecium. Gynoecium consists of, you know that it consists of carpel. What is carpel made up of? It is made up of ovary, style and stigma. Ovary, style and stigma. So this is female part of the flower. Now male part is androecium or the stamens. Female part is carpel or gynoecium. Why are the calyx and corolla are called non-essential or accessory parts? Because they won't involve in the reproduction. That's the first point. Second, they are the helping parts protecting the reproductive part. And the third one is they make the flower attractive for pollination. Because of that, this calyx and corolla are called accessory parts. You know that calyx is made up of sepals and corolla is made up of petals. Well, in some flowers, we cannot differentiate the calyx from corolla. That is, sepals from petals. In that situation, the undifferentiated calyx and corolla together called perianth. Perianth. So what is perianth? If calyx and corolla are not differentiated in a flower, then it is called perianth. That parts are called perianth. When perianth is non-green in color, non-green colored perianth, that means it is petaloid. Petaloid, petal-like, petaloid. If the perianth is green color, it is called cephaloid. Cephaloid. So what is petaloid and cephaloid? Petaloid, perianth is colored, petal-like, then it is called petaloid. And if the perianth is green color, sepal-like, then it is called cephaloid perianth. When a flower arises from the axil of a leaf, what's the name given for that flower? It is axillary flower. If it arises from the terminal part, it is terminal flower. Some flowers arise from the axils of the leaf-like structures. Leaf-like structures. They are not leaf. They are papery, leaf-like structures. Those structures are called bract. Bract. Bracts may be leaf-like green or colored. Have you seen the colored bougainvillea flower? Bougainvillea flower, the attractive leaf-like structure is called bract. There are 3 bract may be present, and inside the 3 bract you can see the flower. You can see the flower. This is the flower actually, this is the flower. Yes? Bougainvillea, and all those 3 attractive leaf-like structures, colored structures are called bracts. The broad colored structure in this figure is not the petal, but it is bract. The real flower is in the center. The real flower which arises from the axils of these bracts. So 3 flowers from the axil of 3 large bract, colorful bract. You have seen different colored flowers like this, different types of bougainvillea flowers. Now, most of the flowers produce sweet smell, the fragrance. This is because of the nectar secreting cells, nectar secreting glands which are present in the flower. Where can you see this nectar secreting cells? Nectar secreting cells. And this can be seen at the base of the pistil or at the base of petal. At the base of the petal or at the base of the pistil, you can see pistil, carpels. Right. In this figure, you can see the nectary which is prominent, and this flower is nasturtium flower. Nasturtium flower, the nectar is very prominent and it attracts. Because of the smell of this nectar, it attracts insects for the pollination. As you know that there are male flowers, female flowers and bisexual flowers. Anthers of stamens produce pollen grains, form male cells. Male cells are called male gametes. Male gametes. Anthers of stamens produce pollen grain, form male cells or male gametes. one ovary of the carpel bears ovule which encloses the egg cell. Ovary bears ovary of carpel. Carpel is made up of ovary, style and stigma. So this in the ovary, what is present? Ovule. Ovule. Inside the ovule, egg cell is present and that is called female gamete. Female gamete or female cells, egg cell. Yes. A flower which contains both the essential parts. Which are the essential parts? Androecium and gynoecium. Then the flower is called bisexual flower. Another name for this bisexual flower is hermaphrodite or perfect flower. If the flower has androecium, that is stamens only present as the essential part, then it is called staminate flower, otherwise called unisexual flower. Staminate flower, stamens are present, staminate flower. If the flower has gynoecium or carpels, otherwise called pistil, only as the essential part, then it is called pistillate flower. It is also unisexual flower. Staminate and pistillate flowers are incomplete flowers. They are not perfect flowers. Incomplete flowers. Why it is like that? Yes, because they have only one essential part in the flower. Can you say one example? Yes. The well-known example is papaya, coconut flower, etc. They are whether maybe the flower may be staminate or pistillate. The flower may be staminate or pistillate, and in the papaya, you can find out papaya flowers, there are bisexual flowers also. Now shall we have a look at the sunflower? There are ray florets and disc florets in this flower. In the ray florets, both male and female reproductive parts are lacking. That means androecium and gynoecium is not there in these ray florets. Therefore, this floret is called neuter flower. Ray florets are called neuter flowers. Here essential parts are lacking. Now see the disc florets. Disc florets are small flowers and all are bisexual flowers. And in that, the youngest flowers are in the center and the oldest one in the periphery of the disc. Hope you understood all the points. I will talk about the general description of floral parts in the next class. See you soon. Keep safe and healthy. God bless you all. Thank you.